Welcome to the 3v3 Soccer Intramural Captains Meeting. Please remember to take the quiz on IM Leagues at the conclusion of the meeting. Captains have numerous responsibilities with regards to their team, including understanding policies, relaying information, and game day procedures. All team names must be appropriate. They may not be offensive or contain language that is offensive. The Intramural office reserves the right to change any team name for any reason. Only rostered participants are eligible to play. To be out of the roster, players must accept the invitation from the captain by completing the online waiver. All players must take the online quiz on imleagues.com to be eligible. To be eligible for playoffs, players must be on the roster by the end of the regular season. They no longer need to play in a regular season game to be eligible for playoffs. Teams can have no more than 2 club sport players of the same or a related sport. Additionally, intercollegiate and professional athletes are not eligible to play in the same or a related sport. If your team does not have enough players to play, please email the intramural office by 4 p.m. on game day, or 4 p.m. on Friday for weekend games. You will take the loss, but you will not receive a forfeit and will still be eligible for playoffs. If you have some players on site but not enough to begin a game, you will also default 5 minutes after the game time. If this occurs, you have a maximum sportsmanship rating of 2.5 for that game. 2 defaults in the season will result in removal from the league, and no refund will be given. There are 2 types of forfeits. The first one is no players are present at game time and no notification is given to the office or the intramural staff ahead of time. The other forfeit is when sportsmanship issues lead to the game being canceled by the officials. In either case, teams who forfeit are no longer eligible for playoffs. On to the 3v3 soccer playing rules. Teams may have up to 3 players on the field at all times, and they must have at least 2 players to begin a game. Substitutions are on the fly. The game time varies depending on the tournament and season. Please consult your referees to know the length of each game. Sliding is not allowed in intramural soccer. Players who slide away from other players will receive a yellow card, and players who slide near other players will receive a red card. Additionally, bicycle kicks will also result in a yellow or red card, depending on safety considerations. In 3v3 soccer, kick-ins are used instead of throw-ins. That is, the ball must be placed on the ground and kicked to a player. There is no offsides in 3v3 soccer. However, no players are allowed in the crease that is marked by chalk. All rules not listed on the intramural rulebook follow the FIFA laws of the game. Sportsmanship is an integral part of intramural sports. It is important that all participants are respectful to the opposing team and the intramural staff. Only the captain should be discussing rules and calls with the officials, and it should be done in a respectful manner. Profanity will result in unsportsmanlike conduct penalties awarded to those players. The intramural office has developed a sportsmanship rating system. Each game, the officials will assign each team a sportsmanship rating based on the below benchmarks. A full guideline of the rating system can be found in the intramural handbook that is online. Any player ejected from a game will serve a minimum 1-game suspension. The following acts require an ejection. However, ejections may be warranted in other cases. Ejected participants must meet with the intramural coordinator prior to reinstatement. The intramural office reserves the right to suspend or remove teams that have behavioral issues. Typically, this will occur when a team is involved in an altercation, receives a sportsmanship rating of 1.0 or below, or receives multiple poor sportsmanship ratings. There are some important game day policies to remember. Game time is forfeit time. If no players are present, the game will be called a forfeit. If any players are present, the team will be allotted 5 minutes after game time to get the remainder of their players there. For check-in, all players must be on the roster and present a valid University of Minnesota ID card to be eligible. Lastly, some on-site duties by the captain will be the pregame meeting with the officials, being a liaison with the site staff and officiating crew, and signing the score sheet at the end of the game. These duties may be passed to a team member if necessary. There are 4 criteria that must be met to make playoffs. First off, the captain must complete the captain's quiz before the first game. Second, the team must not forfeit any games. Third, the team must receive a minimum sportsmanship rating average of 3.0 or greater. And lastly, the team must have a minimum winning percentage of 500. The intramural office reserves the right to remove any team from the postseason for disciplinary reasons. Inclement weather may force the intramural office to cancel games. When this occurs, Twitter will be updated at UMNIMSports. Please check 30 minutes before your game for updates. Additionally, the intramural office does not issue refunds should games not be able to be rescheduled. Should you have any questions, the intramural office is located on the 2nd floor of the Recreation and Wellness Center, suite number 278. Additionally, our email is imsports@umn.edu, and our phone number is 612-625-8094. Contact us with any questions. Thank you for viewing this captain's meeting. Please remember to take the online quiz to get credit for this meeting. Have a great season.